So this is the part of the songwriting process where your inner critic and self-doubt might start kicking your butt. But you know what you got to do, yeah? You got to look that inner critic right in his stupid monkey face and say, nope, we got some work to do. In fact, we're going to keep writing this song. Hi, my name's Pete, and this is Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create, record, and release your best music. Now, we've already started writing this song, and if you missed that first video, it's linked up the top and down in the description. We wrote some lyrics and a chord progression on my iPhone based on something that I recorded on my voice recorder on my iPhone. So we are still here with my iPhone. In fact, here it is here. I've got it on a different iPhone now, the beauty of using OneNote. And I've got my lyric ideas, I've got my chord progression. And what I've been doing is I've been jamming on this chord progression, trying to work out how the end-to-end song's going to flow, because that's what I like to do pretty early on, is get an idea of what's my song structure, my verse, chorus, bridge, outro, all of that jazz. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video, is where I'm up to now with the songwriting process. Do I have any more lyrical ideas? I don't really know yet, but we're going to get to a point after this video where I've got a demo version down of at least the chord progression, so then I can go ahead and start writing the rest of the lyrics for this song. So first up, let's jump down into the phone for a quick recap on what we're doing here. So here it is. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. They say, at least not every day. That is all we've got there so far. And what I did yesterday in the first video is I went through and I noted down some lyric ideas. So these haven't really progressed any further at this stage. But what I did also have is at the bottom here, I had this chord progression idea. And originally, I wanted the intro to hang out on the E chord. So I want it to be a bit like this. So a little bit different to what our chorus was then going to do, which is the E, the A, up to the D, and then back to the A. And then the verse section, what I originally wrote down here, which I've started workshopping, was an E on a couple, and then up to an F sharp minor, over to a D, and then down to an A, or a variation on the A. So those things are all in place, but what I've started doing is, as I've been jamming on this song, I've worked out that I probably want to open with the intro being the same as the chorus. So I want to open with the reason being is that if I was playing this as a solo and I was just playing, like, I don't know, it sounds okay, but, and what I'm actually thinking is that when I start putting this together as an arrangement, I will actually have like one acoustic guitar just doing this underneath and the other one doing the... So I think that will actually sound quite good. So I'm thinking of putting both of those parts together and kind of doing a best of both worlds at this stage. But that is where we're at the moment. What I want to do today, as I mentioned, is to actually get the full chord progression down. So I'm going to workshop through that here, and you get to watch along as I do this as well. Lucky you. Oh, and I've got an idea for the bridge and for a kind of bridging part between some of the choruses as well, which we'll get to as we go through. But let's start here with the intro. As I mentioned, I wanted it to start on an E. So this will be like the opening, and it's going to do this twice. So we've got like 8 bars. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is where the verse will kick in. So the verse chord progression, as I had there, was going to be an E for 2 bars, up to an F sharp minor. And when I mentioned that inner critic stuff and that self-doubt, when I'm playing this, all I'm thinking of is like the song What's Up by 4 Non Blondes. I'm like, oh no, I went from an E to an F sharp minor. But you know what? That's pop music, that's rock music, that's what you do. So if it's starting to sound too much like another song, don't worry about that now. It'll either work itself out and not sound like that in the future, or you can change it. That's the thing. You don't have to be stuck with this. So at the moment, my verse is going to be 2 bars of the E, up to the F sharp minor, and then up to the D, and and then down to an A. So the sort of melody that I'm thinking with this is just going to be, so let's do the intro and then I'll play the verse and I'll sort of hum along or do-do-da-da along with how I think this is going to go at this stage. So we've got the intro, which is just going to mirror our chorus. And then we're going to come in here with the verse. Very minimalist. So just a few words in here. And this is where the change is. So I'm going to like a B7 there, and then this is the bridging part where I don't know if this sounds too much like another song. Let me know if you think it does. But from the B, what I like to do is to bring it on up. So we're going up to a, oh, this is going to test me, C sharp minor. So we just do that once, and then we're back to the A, back to the B. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Into our chorus. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. They say, F sharp minor, at least not every day. Back to that chorus again with, sorry, the chorus progression with probably. So I think a second guitar can actually be playing just kind of some muted E majors over the top of where it's doing that. I think that could sound quite effective. Yeah. So that's where I'm at the moment up to that point. So then we're going into a second verse. I'm thinking of changing up the melody here a bit. So probably on this sort of fourth pass, I'll bring it up a bit. So let's get a bit more emotional. And then you can go to that same bridging. Back to the B7. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Same chorus. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. They say. So this is sort of where the bridge. So the bridging part of the chorus is going to become then the bridge, but a little bit of a variation of it. And this time it's going to repeat. So this is the build, the crescendo, and then tell me if this is a little bit too 90s predictable, like 'cause I like my 90s grunge, but you build right up to life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. So going back to just a nice single muted acoustic guitar playing that, to be wonderful, building back up. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful, and then like going up the octave. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful, they say. And then like following through with like a big thing. And what I'm thinking is that final they say, there'll be some backing vocals coming in saying, life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Like just going like over and over again as a big they say that's going to be sung better than that. So that is where we're at the moment. Whoop. So what do you think of this one? Are we on the right track? Is this something that is going to come together? I sure hope so, because yeah, it's something that I've done this a little bit around the other way. What I would normally do is do this part first, but because I was out and about, I had the song ideas, I wanted to get some of those lyric ideas down first, I thought I would then come back and work on the chord progression and get it down now. So next stage for this one is write down this progression. So it's in my head and I'm playing it now, and now it's on video. I need to actually make sure I bed down this progression, and then we can move on to the next phase, which is filling out those lyrics. So join me for the next video, part 3, where we'll be adding the rest of these lyrics, turning the do-do-do's into actual words. See you then.